This is a community-supported legal education channel. Find out how you can support our mission at the links in the description below. So someone has released a really good Mario 64 port for PC, and Nintendo is not happy about it. Nintendo has been going absolutely bonkers, sending DMCA takedown notices to everybody and everything and every host that has a copy of the Mario 64 PC port. So I guess now everybody knows that there's a Mario 64 PC port out there. I don't know that I'm going to be going and getting it. I liked Mario 64. It was a groundbreaking game. It was definitely one of my favorite games of, well, I guess all time, but I don't feel nostalgic for it in the sense that I have to go back and play it. But having a high quality PC port seems like a missed opportunity for Nintendo. Why didn't Nintendo make a high quality PC port and instead leave the market open, black market open for piracy? But let's talk about this from a copyright perspective. Let me first go through the facts. It's a fan-made port, was first shared on social media sites just this weekend, was made possible by a 2019 recompilation project which saw reverse engineering of the game's source code. Unlike PC emulators which imitate the conditions of the original hardware, this is a DirectX 12 port, which allows players to run Mario 64 at higher resolutions, 4K, native, or ultra widescreen, including, apparently you can uncap the frame rate, but since I'm guessing the original pacing of the game was based on the clock chip and power of the Nintendo 64 console, it appears that when you run this at a higher frame rate, the actual game plays faster as well. Players can use modern peripherals. They can even add visual effects like reshade. There is a Mario 64 mod community, so that's all really cool. Is there any relation to a leak of Nintendo? Okay, so there was a leak of Nintendo source code. I don't think there's any connection to that, but that source code was over 2 terabytes of data, which did include original Nintendo 64, GameCube, and Wii games. That was also released over the weekend, but obviously it takes a long time to do these things. I don't think you could release the source code unless maybe they had it and then it was just released over the weekend along with the PC port. I don't know. So let's see if there's any other facts in here. Okay, so there is something. Nintendo is going to re-release Mario 64 for Nintendo Switch. So you will be able to purchase Mario 64 as a Switch port. So releasing it to PC has some kind of market usurpation component to it as well. Nintendo revealed plans to re-release most of Super Mario's 35-year back catalog remastered on the Nintendo Switch this year. So that means Super Mario 64, that means Super Mario Sunshine, and Super Mario Galaxy are apparently getting released on Nintendo Switch this year. There will be a Super Mario 3D World release as well, also in 2020. It says, and a new Paper Mario series. Okay, so there's lots of plans to revitalize, re-energize the Super Mario franchise and release the old catalog. And so having a PC port, that usurps the market. That, Nintendo chose to release on console because the console is part of their ecosystem. In other words, you have to buy a Switch in order to play Nintendo's console games. Nintendo only has a handful of app-based games that go on phones, and I don't think they have any games that go on PC. So they are strictly in the console and slightly in the phone app realm of things, and they don't want you to play Mario 64 on PC. And as the copyright owner, they are allowed to do that. I don't agree, at least not with the effect of it. I agree in principle that the copyright owner should have the right to do with what they want. Sorry, I just saw something about Jonathan Frakes at PUBG. I got to check that out later. But just because you're the copyright owner, does that mean you can pull your release from store shelves and not release a game for 20 or 30 years and then remaster it and re-release? Yes, that's what that means. So I disagree with the effect, but I do agree with the underlying law. And so I have to admit that the effect is more of like I just wish it didn't work out that way, but not that I wish there was a law making all creators responsible for re-releasing their content on other platforms whenever the community decides that they want to. I disagree with that. So I think Nintendo has the right to do this. We don't like that Nintendo doesn't want to put Mario on PC, but they don't. They want to put it on console because they sell consoles and they sell accessories for consoles, and you have to buy $80 worth of Joy-Con controllers because that's what Nintendo has decided to charge for them, even though they're quite small and seemingly inexpensive inside. But hey, that's what happens. So we've got fair use. We've got the 4 factors of fair use. Could this be a fair use? It's not licensed, so it's not that. It's not from Nintendo, so it's not that. It's you got to have permission then, or you got to have a fair use. And so they don't have permission. Is it a fair use then? A fair use is the transformative nature of the work, the purpose and character of the use versus the original, the nature of the original copyrighted work, creative or factual or educational or what. The third factor is how much did you use, and the fourth factor is did you usurp the market? Did you, in releasing your thing, like let's say I just copied somebody's movie and then I released their movie. Yeah, people can go get the movie from me and not have to pay the original copyright owner. Yes, so let's go through it here backwards, I guess. Fair use factor 4. Do people have to go buy a Switch and Mario 64 if they have a PC port? No, they might. They might still want to if they really, really like it and they want to have it on a portable console. But they don't have to go buy Mario 64. Third fair use factor, you've copied the entire work. In fact, not only have you copied the work, you've improved the work. You've created a copy and an improved derivative, and you've ported it to a platform that it wasn't on before. So you've like copied it 3 times, or you've used the whole work way more than just once. The second factor, the nature of the copyrighted work. Is it creative? Is it factual? Is it educational? It is creative. It is most definitely totally creative. They created Mario, they created the world, they created the first 64-bit world, video game, etc. So it's definitely protected under the second fair use factor. And then is it transformative? Is making the visuals better, transforming it into a different purpose? No, it's still a video game. It's still meant to be played. In fact, your transformation is making it, your transformation is in line with the original purpose. You're making it a better video game. You're not making it different. You're not criticizing or commenting on the video game. You're making it a better video game. You're making it more playable. So although it's a good amount of work and it's impressive, and it's DirectX 12, it's Windows 10 and DirectX 12. It's impressive, seriously awesome work. At the same time, not a way to avoid copyright infringement. So I'm not sure if Nintendo will ever be able to track down who did this and sue them, but that's the kind of thing that they would do. And there's absolutely no way that a direct PC port is a fair use of a copyrighted work. So, sorry. That's not how that works. But let us know what you think in the comments below. Nintendo is furiously issuing takedown notices, trying to get rid of the thing. I'm not going to encourage you to get it, but now is the time if you wanted to try and find it. I'm personally not going to do that. Yes, archives are allowed only for preservation, scholarship, or research. And so distributing Mario 64 and claiming it's an archive copy is not the same thing. Also, that's not the archive copy anyway. The archive would be like a copy of the original source code, and that's it. I don't think that you get to improve it and release it and call it an archive copy. So that is our show, everyone. Thank you for joining me. I'm Leonard French, your favorite copyright attorney, and this is our legal education and legal news channel, Lawful Masses. And support us on patreon.com/ljfrench and sponsors.com/law if you are able. It really helps our channel out and makes it possible to make these videos at all in the first place. Thank you very much to our $50 plus supporters in the month of May. I love how long this list is. Joe Tyson, Wes Delj, Nicely Done Defense, Video Remonetized, John Steele, Gavin Barnard, Eevi, Kyle Mudrak, Spirit Bear, Jan Negrey, Michael Pearce, Daniel Perez, Blackleaf, Benjamin Hitov, Stephen, Ottah, Cute Grills in Your Area, Longreach Jones, Zachary, Chaney, Mullen PC, Ugly Grill, Shielo T, Josh Baker, Gregory, and Rudolph Bescherer Jr. And the $5 plus supporters are scrolling on the LED matrix panel next to me. I am Leonard French, your favorite copyright attorney. I will see you in the videos that drop. I love you all. Stay safe, stay healthy. We're going to get out of this whole thing together safely. Bye.